His Excellency Honorable Governor of Assam, Shri Jagdish Mukhi, Swami Mittananda Ji, Shri Ram Madhav Ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Tripura, Shri Biplab Dev Ji, my young friends from India and ASEAN countries. In fact, I'd like to thank India Foundation for conducting such an important event in Guwahati. We all feel, and we hopefully and rightfully, from India's point of view, Northeast is the center of our Act East policy. But we see not often this kind of interaction with ASEAN countries in Northeast itself. So I am very grateful to India Foundation that India Foundation has brought all the young leaders of ASEAN country from India's mainland to Northeast and discussing India-ASEAN friendship here in Guwahati itself. India shares extensive cultural, economic and political ties with Southeast Asia. Strong civilization ties are evident from reference of Southeast Asia in Indian classical works such as Ramayana. India's merchants frequented the region as early as 1st century AD, facilitating the spread of Hinduism and Buddhism in pre-colonial kingdoms like Srivijaya in Sumatra, Majapahit in Java, Bali and Philippines, etc. In fact, first phase of commercial and cultural engagement with Southeast nation lasted until 12th century. The first Hindu empire flourished during this phase exclusively on cultural and philosophical foundation. The expansion of Hinduism was followed by Buddhism, which traveled through India and China. Numerical numbers of Hinduism may be dwindling today in Southeast Asia, but Hindu images such as Ganesha, Garuda, Parvati, Rama, Sita, etc. are extremely popular and followed in social practice. The Hindu temples such as Angkor Wat are the most well-known tourist attraction in Southeast Asia. The imprint could also be seen in languages as Pali and Sanskrit are widely practiced in the region. During the period of European colonization, the Indian subcontinent was a geopolitical anchor for the stability of Southeast Asia. However, the period following India's independence from British rule saw deterioration in India-ASEAN relation. As the spearhead of the non-aligned movement in 1960, India actively supported the anti-colonial struggle in Southeast Asia and shared good relations with ASEAN countries. The Atal Bihari Vajpayee government introduced the concept of extended neighborhood, which declared our concern and interaction go well beyond South Asia. They include other neighbors and countries immediately adjoining this region. Our extended neighborhood, the successive Indian governments embedded the concept in the foreign policy consideration. No other state in India so much connected with the Southeast Asia region than the Northeast states. It is said that Assam is the last point where India look less and less India and more Southeast Asia. The Northeast can be said to be anthropological museum of India with more than 275 social and ethnic groups, and majority of them had their roots in Southeast Asian nations. Ethnically, the large majority of indigenous population of Northeast India belongs to different subgroups of Mongoloid stock, which other cousin branches are found in southwestern China and Southeast Asia. The Assam-Burma border was meeting place of the races, culture, and language of South and Southeast Asia. The border region is inhabited by over a dozen of distinct ethnic groups, spearheading over the whole belt of Patkai Range. Some of there are the Singphos, called Kachin in Myanmar, Usus or Yuvanis, Tangas, Nokte, Wangshu, Tutsas, Layos, Khamtis, Taifake, Duanias, Syamas, Torungs, Bodos, Mons, Deuris, and others with a population over a lakh. As per records, these people have migrated in the past from the subtropical hills and valleys of Huangho and Mekong deltas in a downmarch along with a Salween and Irrawaddy rivers, beginning perhaps from the time of the Warring States in China, when there were flows of various people to the littoral states and hinterlands. Coming to the present Act East policy, we have been trying to open up to our relation with a neighboring country. In fact, people-to-people connect has received a new boost after Shri Narendra Modi has taken over as a Prime Minister of India. Following his footsteps, Assam government has in fact opened up a department called Act East Department to develop relationship, people-to-people relationship, trade ties with a Southeast Asian country. Engagement with the countries of ASEAN and BBIN blocs is potentially based on 3C: connectivity, commerce, and culture. Based on that, the stated objective of the Act East policy in Assam, we are focusing on socio-cultural exchanges with ASEAN and BBIN countries, taking into account the similarities in socio-cultural patterns, anthropological, ethnic backgrounds, and proto-religious practices between the people of northeastern state and aforementioned countries. Economic integration with ASEAN and BBIN countries involving seamless trade and commerce, as well as technical and industrial collaboration. Seamless connectivity with ASEAN and BBIN countries, including multimodal and fast transportation system and effective telecommunication mechanism. Hassle-free movement of people with ASEAN and BBI countries through opening of consulates, Assistant High Commissioner's Office of these countries in Guwahati, and having facilities for visa-free travel and visa on arrival for bona fide people. In order to facilitate Track 2 initiative, we have opened a new Center for Southeast Asian Studies in Guwahati University in 2016-17. We are very happy to inform you that already one batch of 10 students from Laos National University have completed 6-month study, and another batch of 15 students from Thomset University, Bangkok, have been undergoing postgraduate course in Guwahati University. Similarly, students and teaching faculty from Nepal and Bhutan have joined our universities in Assam. In fact, Government of Assam is trying to open up more and more. We are trying to develop more close relationship with all ASEAN countries, and we are also focusing on education and culture as in the center of entire these activities. I am very happy to inform you that with improved people-to-people connectivity, our relationship has improved a lot, and with your arrival, probably the entire gamut of Act East or our friendship will take will take it to a new level. Of course, in trade, we have mixed experience. At the time of informal trade, I think we gain more. But when we are trying to formalize the trade by putting more checkposts and visa and all other formalities, I think there is some challenge, because people in the region like Myanmar and the neighboring part of the country, they have all the system of informal trades. We had a system of informal trades with Bhutan. So when trade has become trade, we are trying to formalize. We are also facing some challenges, and probably this is a mixed experience which we have to work on. With the development of transportation networks and other initiative by Government of India, I feel that both Act West from your point of view and Act East from our point of view will be a very successful model for the prosperity of our people. So once again, I'd like to welcome all of you. I believe that you had great stay in Guwahati in last 2-3 days. Hope this will not be your last visit. Keep on coming to Guwahati. We'll keep on welcoming you. And I believe that with this kind of interaction, we'll be able to raise our level of exchange, level of interaction, and ultimately bring lot of prosperity and development through this interaction, whether economic, cultural, and historical interaction. We can revive our old bondage, we can renew our old bondage, and we can think of a new world. Thank you so much.